Yes, we made it. Hello, everyone. How we doing? All right, we made it through another week after Thanksgiving here in America, and my guest is not American, so this is going to be fun. We're here. It's another week. Welcome, everyone, to my Mayhem Streamcast. We're here to kick off another week. Wonderful guests to share their stories and create mayhem. I hope everyone has been feeling refreshed after the long weekend here. I'm DJ, your host, and a visual descriptor is I'm a female Latina brunette with silver hair and a light olive skin. I have brown eyes. I have red lipstick on tonight, and I'm wearing black, a little black cardigan with black top. So that's me. We're here every week, share powerful stories and break stigmas, normalize mental health issues, disability, and trauma. This is a place for us to share our mayhem, create opportunities through connections, and encourage acceptance. I always usually like to give a trigger warning just in case things that come up in the conversation that may be difficult or mature in nature to handle. And of course, these are our opinions and our experiences. So welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm already sweating and warm. I'm in Florida. Let me know where everyone's at. Let me know the temperature. I think we'll talk about that because our guest is in Canada and I'm sure it's cold. So that will, I'm sure, come up. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me if you don't on my social media. I'm on LinkedIn. Hello, my LinkedIn. Twitch. Hello, Twitch. YouTube. Instagram. Facebook. And if you're interested in live streaming, please reach out. Let's talk. There's a whole bunch of us. We're here to help. It's, not that hard. So we can kind of help you ease into it. And I'd like to thank Restream this week again, like always, for powering my live. And we're here at 6:30 this week. So thank you, everyone. All right. Little intro. Look at everyone that's here. The chat's already going. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to go ahead and maybe I should introduce my guest. I'm going to get her out of here, and then we're going to see how it goes from there. So let's see. I want to get my intro ready for my amazing guest. She is here. She's a web designer, multitasker. She's going to have to explain that to me. Freelancer, a creator, an ADHD and mental health advocate, and she has her live show, the ADHD Melly Show, which is also an audio podcast. So tonight we have Melly Moore, and she's from Quebec, Canada. She's French-speaking, talented in her creativity, and very versatile in her knowledge with computers and technology. And she is very open about her experiences with ADHD and mental health, and she's very passionate about advocating. She also likes to write blog articles, raise awareness, and build inclusivity for those, and awareness for neurodivergency. She is dedicated to sharing stories as well. Her show is great, supporting others to reach their goals despite the challenges shared. So let's see. Let me get Melly out here.
Hello, how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. And yes, it's very cold in Canada, but not that bad, because sometimes it can be very colder than that. And for me, that's not cold. I'm sorry for that.
I'm sure you're not the first person that would say it's fairly warmer than what you're used to.
but at the same time, in the summertime, it can be as hot as Florida too. So we have both.
Yeah.
Cold and hot, so we know both of them. So yeah, for me it's not that cold. I'm used to way worse than that. We're only in November,
Oh goodness, yeah, it's gonna get colder, I guess, as the month progresses. Well, hi chat. Thanks for being here, Chris, and hanging out with us. Mackenzie, of course, always here. Thank you. We appreciate the support and always being the best mod. We are paired. So yes, we are now paired on Restream. We love Restream. Okay, Chris says he's in Texas and it's 65 there. So is that cold or not? That cold
I have
or not?
no idea. I'm working
Not
with
you,
Celsius, so I don't know.
Yeah, Donna, hi. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Okay, Mackenzie says it's 26 degrees there, or -3 Celsius. Ooh, ooh. That's cold. That's cold. See, Juana loves your show. You're doing good
She's
things.
always there at all of my shows, so I'm very happy to see you here. Thank you so much for
Yay, Juana.
joining.
I hope you had a good holiday. And thank you for sharing your content, always advocating, just amazing work. Um, yeah, it's cold. Oh, yeah, that's cold.
It's not
Okay.
that
Oh,
cold.
no, Rosemary. Oh, wonderful. I didn't know you were in Phoenix, Arizona, 81 degrees. I lived in New Mexico. So, and I've been to Arizona once or twice. So 81 degrees, that sounds like my kind of weather. That sounds like my kind of weather. Um, let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, it is warm right now for this time of year. See? So I know that people have the same sentiment. They're not used to it being so warm when it's typically a little bit cooler. Hello, Martin. Ooh, how are you? Listening from Kenya, right? I know you're in Kenya. What's the temperature and what's the time in Kenya? I can only imagine the time. But I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to make sure I said hi to everybody. Thank you for being here. Bruce, I saw your message or your comment there. So hello, Bruce. Thank you for stopping through. Bruce, okay, another Arizonian? 75 degrees. Okay. Yes, pairing is cool. So, Melly, how's the show? Tell us about your show. Tell us your show. It's about ADHD. And
But
you
not
talk.
only ADHD is also about mental
Yeah.
health. So anyone can
Yeah.
come to my show, and not everybody needs to experience mental health or anything like that. I also invite people that can help people by their experience, if they're professional or simply if they have experienced anxiety or anything, self confidence or stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
about just bring people to the light and show that it's possible to succeed, even if you have some difficulty with ADHD or any mental health diseases that you can have, and you can succeed anyway. And if you see a lot of people on LinkedIn or even in social media, you can see that a lot of people have ADHD and they succeed. And even autism, if you're talking about the founder of Tesla, I'm going to butcher his
Yes.
name, so I'm not going to say it.
Elon Musk.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he has autism, so it doesn't make anything about your success, and anyone can succeed anyway. So that's why I wanted to create the ADHD Melly Show, and it was about sharing my experience, because for me, searching for a job was always so hard because nobody wanted to keep me as that long for me to understand the job. They always fired me before I was able to prove them that I was capable of doing the job. Because when you enter a new environment, it's so overwhelming, and sometimes I cannot learn anything when I'm overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
that's quite hard. And I wanted to show that I can do anything that I want, and it's not because I have ADHD and anxiety and I cannot live my life the fullest. And I wanted to invite people every week to prove that to anyone. You don't need to have ADHD or any mental health anything to follow my show. Is for everybody that wants to learn about ADHD, because I'm giving you an example. If I am an employer, I want
Hmm.
to know how ADHDer is going to react to certain environment. I want to prove them that people like me can work to their businesses without being scared that we won't be able to do the job properly. So it's very
Right.
open. It's very for everybody.
Good. I mean, you just said so many wonderful things and positive things, and it's really important that you do share your story. And you mentioned like so many wonderful, professional, like really uh, successful individuals, right? And then there's people that we don't even know, right? That are managing their mental health, their trauma, their disability, and they're very successful. So, and we just want to be relatable. I think what I understood and what you said is, sharing our stories, we can create this relationship, we can create relatability, there can be a sense of understanding, to improve working relationships, to improve the overall opportunity for both parties or all parties involved. So
Exactly, because we can do anything, like I said. But I just want to say to your audience that my first language is French, so I'm sorry if sometimes I do mistake or I miss my verbs or something like that. I'm doing my best to to be understood. So I just want everybody to know everybody knows.
Oh, it's fine. No, it's fine. And I think that, again, that is part of it, right? There's so many different parts of us. And it takes time to be kind, to just be a little bit more attentive. And I think that that's something we talk about normally in these episodes and in these shows is how can we be kinder? Is just practicing a little more patience. Not correcting you if you do say something, because obviously there's, language. So I think kindness is so important, and I think this is obviously great opportunity. So, I enjoy your accent too, and I wanted to put it in the promo. I'll be honest. I'm like, she's French speaking, right? So that means that French is your primary language.
Yes, it is.
I wanted to present it because I didn't know how to, and then, I asked you about the Canada flags because I wanted to put the Canada flag.
And I give you a Quebec flag just to confuse you.
You did, but I got both in there. So now, something I know Quebec is, well, more on the northern, eastern, and Vancouver is something that I've read in your website that, I know you've been willing to relocate for opportunity. As far as Vancouver, that's somewhere that you really want to be, huh? I hear it's beautiful up there.
I've been there once, maybe not for life, but maybe for an opportunity like a year or two, just to make change. And maybe because I've stayed so much long here in Montreal and I'm a little bit bored, maybe.
Well, you never know, right? 2022 is coming around.
Yeah, but they are talking about new variant and they don't want us to celebrate Christmas and they want to put us not seeing anyone again. And I admit that caused me a lot of anxiety because last year it happened,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know. And the holidays are stressful for everyone.
Yep,
so
they are.
That adds, let me see. I know Martin had said some really good, when you have different challenges, it sometimes bring out the best in you, which I love that. I do love that. And Juana always bringing wonderful words. People with disabilities, disorders can thrive in a work environment if given the chance. Absolutely. I feel like I bond the best, but I like to practice kindness and patience and just a collaborating kind of relationship, like a give and take, like a very more relaxed approach. It doesn't have to be so structured. Not everyone can work right. Stay within the lines. Oh, goodness. Thank you for that, Mackenzie. Patience can be key. I really do love that. I believe I'm a very patient person. So in that sense, you're not. Hi, big Chile. Big Chilean.
I'm doing fine. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for joining us from Melly's Paired Twitch page. So Twitch, Melly's Twitch page is also here joining us. And so I can go ahead and share some of this stuff. She has a Discord, so please, she has her mental health Discord. The invitation's right there. We can copy and paste. We can put it in the links. We can share it for everyone. Let's see. Mental health awareness allows us to understand ourselves better in so many ways. Yes. I love that. You also have your podcast, so they can find your podcast on Apple. I saw it
everywhere.
Everywhere. Google it, folks. Google it. It's everywhere. It pops up immediately. She's done a good job with her marketing. And we're going to talk about your marketing because you have like design and web multitasker, which is something I really want to know. And I think it's a great way of really highlighting all the things that you can probably do. because of your superpower, which I know ADHD is a superpower. I've been told so many times. So she is doing awesome. She is doing so awesome. I so agree, and a little patience goes a long way. Absolutely. And kindness, we all know kindness is really, a critical part. That should be something that we implement in everything we do. So, oh, look who popped in, Miss Anna. Another fella. Well, I'm not ADHDer. I don't know. I've been told I may be, but she's also been a guest representing and really takes an approach on her content to be inclusive. And I really love that. She wants to make her content accessible. She likes her captions. I mean, she's on it. So really, really wonderful. Okay. So I do want to talk about your web design and that part of you, your freelancing, because you really already talked a little bit about how holding a job was really difficult for you, like working within quote unquote corporate, right? Like, so I'm sure that that's where you pursued freelancing and it was more successful for you. Yes.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's also a curse. Depends of the day.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure. Yes. Oh my. But tell me a little bit about your freelancing and your web designing. I mean, I really find that fascinating, and you use that obviously in how you make all your content and really get your awareness and your advocacy out there. Do tell, share.
I actually started making website on hold, okay, on MSN group.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So
I
I think
remember those days.
yeah, so I started trying HTML because in that time CSS didn't exist. You had to do
Yeah.
page one by one. It was so stressful. You have to take all those time, and I'm not patient, so I was so happy when CSS happened in my life. Everything changed. So yeah,
Okay.
so I'm starting doing like website, if you can call that a website, when I was like 12 years old. Now I'm going to be 33 this year in December.
Yes, we're
So
both December babies.
yeah. So I decided to start that. I got to school and I did a course in print graphic designer, do printing stuff, and I found it very boring to be honest.
Okay.
But it helped me a lot, so I can do my banner now. I can do mostly anything, my logo, I can do everything. But I'm not seeing myself doing that all the time. Now I'm working with a client that does need a graphic designer. I'm like, no, I'm not touching that. I'm going to help you if you need an emergency, but I'm not going to do it once, because you need to be very patient when you do some graphic designer, because the client is king, is always going to make you do a little change, while on a website it's easier to say it's not possible to do it. It's not possible. You cannot do.
Oh my. Wow. You got
So I
tricks up your
find.
sleeve. Oh, that's funny. I like
So
Anna's
yeah,
comment. She talks about coffee and how much you consume. Right. So caffeine and stuff like that. Ooh.
I
But
don't drink that much coffee because I won't be able to sleep, and sleep is depravity. It's an ADHD thing too, so I'm not drinking too much coffee for that. Because of that. So yeah, I decided to do website, and before pandemic it was working so great. I had a lot of great clients, but when pandemic happened, it was like, ooh, because you will think that people want the website to sell because everything was closed, but the people didn't have the money to have the website. And as I have like more than 10 years experience, I have a cost, and that's
oh
normal.
yeah.
I have that cost, and nobody was able to pay that cost. And at the same time, I didn't want to down my price, because I was like, if I do down my price, when pandemic is finished, we'll be expecting those prices, and I didn't want that. So I kept my price. So I was like, couple of months rent late. I didn't have any money. I was eating ramen, and maybe not that much because I have an amazing roommate that if he won't let me eat ramen, he's going to
That's
cook
good.
for me if I need food,
Food's important.
and
Nutrients are important, right? For our mental health and our bodies. So yeah, don't eat that salty stuff.
yeah, so gym was closed, so I gained weight. It was like my mother was so panicking that she almost forced me or disowned me if I was not going back living to her house. My cat got sick because he moved with me.
Aww.
So yeah, a lot of things happened. I didn't have that motivation to work at the same time, and at the same time, at the beginning, I had government help, and government help was very good. It was like $2,000 a month. They was giving to you. It was enough for me to pay everything as I'm living in with roommates.
Yeah.
But after
Okay.
that it just stopped, and I was not able to find more work, and at the same time I didn't want to do anything. So I decided, if I cannot find work, I'm going to do something else. So I decided to create the ADHD Melly Show. Because of that, was like, I'm not going to do nothing, with my life. i
Right.
i, I felt like I was feeling depressed doing nothing, so it was not good. So I had to find a project and stick with it. And after that, my computer broke and I had to buy a new one. I was like, when that's gonna stop? So I decided to create a GoFundMe account, and I raised more than $500 on that, which I'm so grateful to everybody that donate the money. And trust me, I have my baby computer now, and it's working
Yeah.
perfectly.
Let me go ahead and share that real quick. I know we shared it in the your GoFundMe, right? Ellie's
Yeah.
GoFundMe to support her work. It's for a computer.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's for the computer that I just have
Yeah.
here, and I'm so happy that I was able to gain a little bit of credit to be able to get that, because it
Yeah.
would have been way worse. But at the same time, it's always in the worst and you get the best.
Oh,
and
that's
if
good
and
attitude.
in the same time, I wouldn't meet you if I was not rent late, because I would have just do my website and not go on LinkedIn. I would just have done my thing, and you see.
Well, look at that. And I mean, live streaming really and podcasting, that really provides you a lot of opportunity. I mean, not only obviously it's allowed you to connect with other people and really build um like a sense of purpose. It's so
Exactly.
fulfilling. It is fulfilling. I find it very fulfilling having my show, talking about these topics, bringing awareness, helping, assisting others, creatives, with their movements, with their positions, with their work. So I think it's really important. I'm going to go ahead and share your websites. You have your mellymoore.com website, and then you have
Yeah.
the actual show website. So check out
Thank you
her
so
show
much.
website. Yeah, it's great.
Thanks.
I love your website. So I was going to ask you, did you design your own website?
Of course.
Of
What will I
course,
ask
I knew
anyone
it.
to
I
do with
knew
my
it.
website? For that, I'm so grateful because I didn't have to pay anyone to do it. So I've saved thousands of dollars to do that. So I have to be
Yeah,
happy for
I
myself
get to
for
just
that.
assume that you took those uh, skills that you already had and you learned, and then you could just put the show together and then
Yeah.
put the website together. And really, it's so professional. So reach out to Melly, folks. So she's talented.
Yeah, if you
Check
need
out
a
her
website.
website for an example. Sample website.
Yeah, and I didn't tell you, but I'm also a student, and I also have a job as a cashier. So I'm so busy. Before you,
Oh,
I was at a client, but I'm lucky, but because that client is the bar just behind my apartment. So I just do that because, yeah, I'm going to do a website for a bar. So that's very cool.
yeah.
I never did a website for a bar before. So that's
Oh,
going to be
wow.
interesting. Yeah.
That will be super fun. So, what's
Yeah.
the multitasker? Explain to
Okay.
me the multitasker.
Like I said before, took classes to be a graphic designer, paper
Right.
designer, etc.
Right.
And
But
the
that didn't work out.
multitasker is more if a client give me something they need to modify like yesterday because their graphic designer
Ah,
couldn't do it, I can do it.
gotcha.
Like I
Okay.
said, I'm going to do graphic designer if it's for a rush or you need it like yesterday. So yeah, I'm also great with computers. I sometimes give classes to people how to use Photoshop and how to use Illustrator, or simply how to be able
Like
to use
workshops?
social media and stuff like that, because like I said, I've been on the computer for so many years now and just like, I'm old, but at the same time, I started using a computer when I was at the age to really use a computer, so
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, I think it's great. Like, let's see. I know I'm skipping the chat. I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick. Okay. So Juana says that she's a December baby too. It says Juanita because she's on Facebook. And I was like, wait, okay. So yay. Okay, so next week, I guess I'll just say this. I'll be by myself and I'm gonna open up the stream. So whoever wants to jump on can jump on, and we'll have like a couple of us. Hopefully it'll be fun and it just won't be me talking for my birthday.
that's exactly what I'm
So
going to do on
you're doing
December
a birthday stream.
23.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I don't want to bring somebody on. I just want everybody. Whoever wants to come on can come on. So I'll definitely have to stop by your stream too. Finding Cherry, I saw you put your hands up. So I'm excited. Yay, December babies. I know. I know. Anna said happy early birthday. So Anna was wishing you birthday. Bruce, what did you say? I agree. Great to see your support too. Yes, everybody's supporting each other. Got to get that coffee. Yes, everybody get the coffee. Maybe not now. Get some decaf maybe before you get ready to go. But sleep is highly important. What do you find are some of the things that keep you most prepared so you can work and be feeling your best? What works for you?
I'm going to show you something. This is my planner. Everything is in there.
Oh, okay. You're very organized and you use a planner.
You need to be organized or I won't do anything, And that's also the thing that I want to share to people, that you need to be organized. You see all the things are in there. And I have also a list where I can put all my list thingy there. So Happy Planner saved my life. This is the brand of the planner.
That's a beautiful planner. Look at those rings on it. I have a Rocket Book. That's kind of the electronic planner. I've been trying to get used to it, but I have it. It's difficult. It's something that gets used to. I'm still like pen and paper and scribbling on loose leaf. Cocoa for all, Mackenzie says. So no coffee. Everyone gets cocoa.
Or alcohol.
Oh.
Why not?
Holidays are upon us. So
it's almost 7, so why not?
Yeah, I guess, right? I mean, it's only Monday.
But having a great company with you guys, you just want to celebrate after all,
Next week, folks. Next week, bring the alcohol. Hey, we'll bring some drinks next week. How about that? I put it in the promo. BYOB. Okay, Bruce. Thank you for reminding me why we're really here. For community, connection, purpose, and building up others. I love that. It's so true. It's so true. We have fun though, because you got to have fun when you talk about these things. I mean, you can't just, talk about difficult topics, heavy topics, and not, bring real life into it. So
yeah,
really. Go ahead.
So yeah, if you have, I'm just going to give you a tip. If you have ADHD, you have difficulty to organize or simply get plan in your ideas while you're working, because I know when you're working, it's sometimes hard to get focused and to just go work. For me, a show is easy because you're in the flow and your guest is there. You cannot just do nothing, your guest is there and he's
Right.
counting on you. You cannot just say, I'm not going to do it today because I don't want to. So something
Yes.
that helped me is you just use a timer like this and you say you're going to work for an hour, and when it beeps you can take a break. Because the other thing that's very hard when you're working in a normal job is you don't have breaks when you need breaks. You have breaks when they want you to have breaks, and sometimes it's very hard for the mind. And I'm quite lucky that I'm only working 2 times a week for the cashier job, because my head is always exploding with information, with client, with overwhelm and stuff like that. So it's sometimes very hard to just being able to work and feel to understand yourself and feel like
Yes.
when you need a break. Sometimes I just go to the
Yeah.
washroom because I have like no choice, or I'm going to feel way more too overwhelmed. I'm going to be too tired, or I'm not going to talk to the client properly because I'm too tired, and that's not what you want. So if that happened to you, just say, I need to go to the washroom. That's
Oh, that is cool. I'm
what
glad.
I do all the time.
Yeah, and I think that's important to find what works for you. Like,
Yeah.
I know I talk a lot about that, is you know yourself best. You are your best advocate. We can advocate, to bring up these conversations and information, and hopefully have people say, I just have a little bit more knowledge, and hopefully increase acceptance, because I really like to promote accepting others and accepting, because that's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But but I mean, again, it's finding what works for you, and it seems to me like, you're doing a great job doing that, as we all go through what we're going through right now, with everything compounding, from holidays to the pandemic still, and it's still just a lot going on outside on a global level. So I don't watch the news. I don't know if you watch the news, but that's, just things like that. That's what I'm like, all those heavy things that are going on, that. So I don't watch the news. It helps me with my mental health. That's one of the things that I do to keep myself healthy. But you got to do what works for you, right? And I focus on
Yeah.
my work too. I like to invest my time and my attention into a task the best I can, and really get a sense of fulfillment and purpose when it's accomplished.
Yeah, it's true. And it's all, but for me, for the news, it will be a little bit hard, simply because fortunately I live with roommates. So if they want to watch the news, I'm going to see the news. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm always
But
trying to do my best to simply go watch a movie or simply
mhm.
read a book that's going to make me feel great. And if I cannot read, because sometimes when I'm too tired, it's difficult for me to read because I need to concentrate, and concentration is not really it's sometimes
Right,
hard
no.
when it's
But
at
the
night.
timer helps.
Yeah, yeah, and Audible too saved my life. I could read whatever I want. I can do something else
Yes.
and go read.
Let's talk about Audible, because Audible is fantastic.
Yeah, it
Audible
is.
really helps for people like I like to read, but sometimes I just want to hear it, and it
Hmm.
helps me, just the auditory, because my eyes don't want to focus, whatever's going on in our bodies. So, yeah, I love Audible, and I find that that's, just all these different ways of being able now to share and absorb and take in, um, like, books that can be a lot more relaxing, comforting, right? Like, you find pleasure in the Audible book, because it's so I really like that. I recently talked about Audible, so um, awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see. Uh, Exciting. Okay. Oh my gosh, I want to come on. I don't know what. Oh, well, I guess we'll see. Follow up. Say more. Tell me more. Tell us more. Tell us more. Okay, Bruce talks about the giant planner. I have my own journal. Nudge, nudge. Right. No, I do too. Absolutely. And that's something I think that it's always just useful skill to be able to kind of track what you're doing. Do you tracking? keeping yourself organized in your planner, accounting for time.
I always do, and I have a journal on my phone. It's called Journal It. You should check that out. It's very cool and amazing. And you can just journal and do some
Yeah.
your task there. You can do mostly anything. That's very cool. And I use Google Calendar that reminds me my things, or I will forget for today.
Yes, Google Calendar. I like my reminders.
Oh yeah.
We need more of those flexible breaks. Yes, I agree. I'm structured. I like structure. I like organization. I like planning my day. I like having, so that helps me, and being able to be flexible too, right? That's a big part of it. Sometimes we can get so, you know,
Mm-hmm. And at the
stuck
same
in what
time,
we're
it's
doing.
okay if you decide to just not do it because you don't feel like it, and not don't be mad at you because you didn't do a task that you needed to do that day. You can do it next day, but of course
Yeah.
try not to make it next month. Of course. But I mean, if you didn't have time to do all your tasks, maybe because you put too much tasks on your mind to do, and you're just one person, and you can have,
Yeah.
I don't know, a client that calls you last minute because their website doesn't work anymore. That happens a lot, and you're responsible to make it work again because yeah, it's your work and they pay you for doing that. And it's okay if you just need to put some tasks the other day and not feel bad about it, and not sleeping at midnight because you wasn't able to do everything.
Right. I think I was taught at least, 3 to 5 tasks is
Hmm.
good for the day. Like, you don't need to make a giant list where you have 10 things, unless they're like small, quick things. But
Yeah.
just know what tasks you have ahead of you to kind of, and always understand that things take longer than they seem.
Yep, they do. And then
I think I just cannot get my head wrapped around that. It's like, why is this taking me so long? But the learning process, right? Trying it, retrying it, trial and error. Gotta love that. Um,
yeah.
and then just kind of, I guess, being able to step back if there's frustration or those emotions start to take over, and then finding something to do and not beating yourself up over something like that.
Yeah, because you're doing your best, you cannot do 15 things in a day. It depends what it
Oh,
is. If it's about putting 15 socks in your drawers, it's okay. But if it's 15
yeah.
clients, it's not that possible.
I mean, if it's like checking the mail, no, that's fine. But
And that's a problem. You can keep your days of watching your mails or being on the social media, if you're not
yeah,
careful.
yes, 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 yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, so yes. Oh my God. What are you working on? Do you have any plans for next year? I know we're,
My plan for the show, I'm not sure if it's
yeah.
going to happen next year, but I hope so. It's to get enough money on my GoFundMe so one, I pay my computer, but also that I can rent a studio so I can bring my people in Montreal, just have fun and be my guest in Montreal, and just present you my big city. Because Montreal is a nice place. It's very cool, and the
Yeah.
old part is nice. You have a lot of activity. The nightlife is cool too. It's very, and you have big library that you can go to, and they're bilingual, which is nice. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, you sound like you're, what is it when you're like sharing your city, your tour guide, like, come on, give us a tour of the city. Now we know who, if we're in Montreal, look for Melly. Contact Melly if you're in Montreal.
So yeah, that's what I wish for my show, is to raise enough money so I can bring it to the next level. Or
Yes.
at
Yeah.
least bringing a better background, okay? That's the most important that I need now.
Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, I'm just like, make it work, whatever works. It's okay. Just a light and a backdrop. I don't use green screen. Some people use green screens. I mean, there's all kinds of things. So just grab a little light or something. It'll be fine.
Hopefully you don't see the mess. At least you don't see the mess that's behind the reality is what happening there.
Oh, right. Well, and that's okay. So sometimes reality, like if my kid comes through the door, the dogs are barking, or there's sirens in the background. I mean, it happens, and that's just kind of part of live streaming.
Or last time I was a guest on a show and my cat almost broke the door to come in. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, pet scratching at the door. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That happens. It happens. Yeah. I was going to ask you about your podcast. So you take your show and you also put it into a podcast, and then you send it out.
It's different. I haven't did a podcast in 2 months because I have my studies too. But I'm going back to it in January. I promise. But it's different show while I'm doing monologue, or at least I'm teaching something about ADHD or some tips and stuff like that on my podcast. But no, it's not. I could do that. I think
it sounds really good.
I think I could do that, but I wanted to do something different for that podcast. And I didn't want it to be too long because an hour is long,
It is a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. It's a short time for a video, but for that is long, at least it's a book, and Hi Elizabeth, I see there's new people here that's coming. Thanks so much for being here.
Let's see. Oh, Elizabeth made it. Hi, Elizabeth. We were talking about kindness a little bit earlier in this show, and it popped into my head, so I'm glad you stopped by. Thanks for catching Melly. I don't know if you know Melly. Have y'all?
No, I don't know her. I know some people, but not everybody.
Oh, well, y'all should connect. Liz, she does the ADHD Melly Show, and she's got a website, so she's awesome. She's does web designs. You should check out her websites, folks. Fantastic. And so, she's looking for a studio next year, folks. I know you didn't want a sponsor. I mean, you're dreaming big. That's what it's all about, though. Like, there's no shame in your game. Like, go dream big. And I think that's, part of it is to being able to share those visions and those dreams and really have support, right? Have those around us that can say, you know what, absolutely, like, go for it, right? How can we help? Like, how can we encourage you, to pursue those dreams and really be successful in what you want to do, your chosen path, not what you're told that is all you can be, right? Like, the mundane, job, when you have aspirations and you really have so many skills already, and then just it takes time to figure it all out, right? I mean, everything takes time.
So. Yeah, it's true. And what you can help me with is if you want to be a guest and share your own story, and you will in January. I'm excited.
Yes. I'll be looking out for her website here for a January date. So we've got already the date picked. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I don't know what we'll talk about. But we'll
see that.
We'll keep the conversation going, and then we'll talk about me. And I'm sure you'll have questions for me that you want to ask me.
Absolutely. We're going to wait in January. I'm going to check the date just to make sure. Like I said, I don't remember anything by heart, but I'm going to tell you when is your time.
She's going to tell us, folks, when I'm going to be on the Melly Show. Yeah, I need to start getting better at my own promos and sponsorships. And sometimes it's hard to promote your own stuff. I find that difficult, right? Because I want to highlight other people's stories. So, but if you don't ask or if you don't tell people, they're not going to know, right? So that's just
exactly. So if you want to know, she will be on my show in January 21. Yes. So just check it out at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
January, what day is that? I don't know. Is that a Tuesday or
it's always a Friday.
It's always on Fridays. Okay.
Yep,
Elizabeth streams on Fridays. What time do you stream?
At 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay, Elizabeth's at 3. Ooh, folks, lots of good juicy shows on Friday. So check out Melly, you check out Liz. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is nice.
So as
so
we're
glad.
talking about how you can help me, you can invite me on your own show so I can talk about the
Yes.
ADHD Melly Show, about ADHD itself, and how we can empower ourselves. And of course, my GoFundMe if you want to donate money. If you feel like it, you're not forced to do so. But my birthday is December 23. You can give me an early present if you want to. And also, I want my studio in Montreal, but I'm not scared of traveling too. If you want to invite me, go ahead. I'm dreaming big, I'm dreaming,
Yes.
I'm dreaming.
That's great. You have to. Listen, it's not easy, but you have to. You have to say it. You have to claim it. You have to put your vision out there. I want to do
Yeah.
public speaking. I want to get out there and be on stage talking. I think I've never thought about it up until recently, but it's like something that I'm like, okay, I know I can do this. Like, dream big. Why not? At some point, but it's all right. There's nothing wrong. It is crucial to be kind and gentle with yourself. Martin always saying wonderful things. Being hard on yourself is toxic. Don't beat yourself up. That's no different than self-abuse. Ooh, that's a good one. Self-abuse. We should talk about that one day. Self-abuse. That's a juicy one. That's a good topic.
Yes,
Martin?
it's a little bit when you're scared and you have lack of self-confidence, etc. You're self-abusing yourself of just not doing what you want to do. So if I was too scared of showing myself up there, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do the ADHD Melly Show. I will be too scared. I will be probably begging for money on the street of Montreal.
That's awesome. Oh, goodness. Listen, show that personality, folks. Okay? Show that personality. Look at that, Elizabeth. I love it when people talk about kindness. Yes, you do, girl. You're definitely the Kindness Incorporator queen. So I'm happy to be part of your incorporators. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, yes. Over there on the big shout out. Yeah, she's over there. That's okay. Look at that birthday. Happy birthday. I know next month is going to be fun. I think we're going to have a lot of, I didn't realize how many December birthdays had popped up for the conversation. So that'll be looking forward to that stuff. I was talking about this. I don't really do like big birthdays. I'm like more of a quiet, stay home kind of person. Like I don't plan events, I guess is what I should say. I don't mind going out for dinner or, doing something, but, got to spread the education. Yes. Take care. But, oh God, I lost my train of thought. Squirrel. It happens, right? Cherry's leaving. That's what, bye Cherry. Oh, we were talking about birthdays. That's what it was. So, I don't really do event planning and stuff like that, but, oh, you're mute. I don't hear you. Well, and we're already getting ready to wrap up because we're like, 48 minutes? So, all right. It's nice for Cherry to stop by. Everyone says hi to Martin. Not yet, girly. There you go. I hear you.
I'm on my camera audio now because I don't know why my microphone just collapsed. But it's okay. What I was saying, did you see what is in the background?
What? The purse?
There's a cake. There's a cake.
A cake. Oh, I see a little cake. Okay, that's a cake. Oh, you already got a birthday cake up there.
I got that like 2 years ago, and it stays there with my franc money. So I remember my travel with that cake.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. That's cute. I don't know what I'm going to do. So all I planned was essentially the stream. So I think it'll be fun. Yes.
You should do that.
We're just going to have fun. We're going to plan the stream. That's going to be good to go. It'll be fun. We're going to do that next week. So, all right, we're going to get ready to wrap it up because we got like 10 minutes left. And it's been so fun talking to you. And I like to conversate. So it's like we're talking about this and then we're talking about that. But is there anything you want to share that you feel like maybe you wanted to share that you didn't get a chance to share We kind of just conversated again about your experiences and web designing and a little bit about what you do for ADHD and then your message and really your purpose and how you're really enjoying, how you're really enjoying this, being an advocate, and you really take great pride. Hi, Gabe. Thanks for stopping by real quick. We're going to be closing out in 10 minutes, my friend, or not.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So yeah, what I will say to your audience is simply don't be scared of what you are. You cannot do anything about what you cannot change neither. I said, the pandemic happened, I cannot do anything about the pandemic, right? I cannot just boom, pandemic doesn't exist anymore,
Yes.
And then at the same time, the beginning of pandemic was a relief because I have no more work. I could rest for once. I could just watch movie all days if I want to, and it never happened since I left high school. I've always been working. At the same time, it was a relief to just not work anymore, and that and that was amazing because I was able to think a little bit what I wanted to do in the future and what I wanted to change, and that's why also I created the ADHD Melly Show, because I want to support people that have ADHD mental health trouble and struggles. And I just want to help those people and share my voice and share my story. And I didn't have
Montreal.
Yeah, I'm in Montreal, and that's how it is, and it's cold, and it's amazing too. At least we have snow in
Christmas. I would love to go to Montreal and meet with you. That would be so fun. I'm sure.
Yeah, come ahead. Come in January. Let's go if COVID doesn't.
Not January. No. I'm in
Florida.
Have you been to the U.S.? Yeah. Have you been to the U.S.?
Yeah, a couple of times. I've been to New York just before the pandemic happened.
Okay. Okay, and Martin says, invite Melly to host a show sometime in Africa, which DJ can come on when she is on her African speaking tour. So let me know, Martin. I will go and I will speak at your event. That would be great. I'll come out to Kenya. That would be so great. All right. Have a good one, Martin. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's really early, really late, 2:30 in the morning for you. So rest, my friend.
It's late early.
Gabe, thank you for popping by. I know we're all busy. Emily's amazing. I can't wait to have her on my show too. So she's going to be sharing her story. So, it's going to be great. And Melly, I think you talked about something in the show already, which was you got to be consistent. You didn't say consistency, but I totally heard that is when you have a guest and you got to be there and you just got to show up. And that is really so true. So, I use those kinds of things and tricks myself. It's like, I have a guest. I'm holding myself accountable. And, I did this.
And if you're not present today, it's like it's not professional and they don't want to work with you anymore. So you have to be there, and you have to just prepare at least a little bit just to be like, what you're going to talk about, right?
Yeah. And it's okay. I think we did had a great conversation. I had so much fun with you. I learned so much more about you and really just kind of understanding a little bit about your lifestyle and what you do and your show, really how much people love your show. I hope that really kind of makes it feel good.
I'm so glad that people always showed up, because at first there was nobody, and I was like, do I do this again or I stop, because I wasn't sure if people would like it or enjoy it. So I was like, why am I doing that? And I was inviting more and more people, and people came, and it was always fun to see all those people here and seeing new faces every time that I invite somebody, because they bring their own people. So ADHD Melly Show is going to be known one day, and I'm so excited for that.
I know it's really important that we stay connected with, as we're allies and we're really representing to break these stigmas and really give more opportunity to people and individuals that have disabilities, that have mental health issues, and even physical disabilities and invisible disabilities, and or on the spectrum of neurodivergency. or just have trauma. So, I mean, we all have things within us, and we're all just so similar in
Mm-hmm.
that way. Now, our behavior is something else.
And there's also something that I want to tell you guys. If you're a student, take the services they offer you, okay? Just don't
Oh,
say that you're capable and you're not going to ask for help, okay? And ask for the services for people that have disabilities, because I have somebody writing my notes for myself, okay? I just need to listen to the teacher and somebody do the notes for me. So why would I not take that? It's helping me
mm-hmm,
succeed in my studies. And studies can be hard, even more when it's math, when you have ADHD, because it's a lot of concentration, a lot of practice. And yeah, it's quite hard. So if you have a service for disability student in your school, go ahead. Even if you think I'm just having the ADHD, I just have ADHD,
yeah.
there's people that's going to need it way more than me, but it's for everybody, even for you. So just go ahead and take it. It took me 5 sessions at university to get brave enough to ask for help. So just
Oh, that's great. That is so important. Again, you are your best advocate. You have to
Mhm.
get and that acceptance. See, that's a prime example of like, oh, do I take the help? Oh, I don't want to, seem like this, and I don't want to be, told that now I'm that, or right, the labels
Yeah,
that come with getting help,
yeah,
getting services.
exactly. And,
So,
and I am a label. I have the ADHD Melly Show. I have put the label. Let's go the labels.
oh God, because
Labels can be good too.
well, and I think sometimes that awareness, and when you realize really what it is, it really does help you then at that point. It can be really life changing because now there's like a sense of understanding or a sense of, okay, now I have a starting point where I can really, I don't just have make more sense of it, right? What was going on all along. So that label, even though that can be a whole controversial conversation about labels, but if you embrace your label, and you make the best of it and you're really like using it to empower others. So
Exactly.
go girl. Go girl.
Let's
Aw,
do this.
love these conversations. Thanks, Gabe. Yes, I think it's
Thanks.
important to collab. It's so important to like share each other's stories and just really say like, I commend you for your work and what you've done. And keep going. Don't give up. Like it is important, and it is, even if I'm not there every week, I'm still cheering you on. I still want to support you and what you're doing. So
And
absolutely.
it's
So,
cool because they're always sharing our videos in their stream every day, so people can watch them. He always put a big list of everything that you can watch at the day, so it's very cool.
well, I think you're doing great. So,
Thank you.
Melly, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I can't wait to be on your show next. So we said it's going to be June. I mean, June,
Next.
January.
I
Sorry,
wish it was June.
January 21st.
Well, at least
It'll
for
be
the work.
Friday.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and who knows
It
what's. And
is.
then your birthday stream's coming. My birthday stream's coming. We're gonna have some birthday streams. So make sure you follow Melly. Check her out. Please support her GoFundMe. Keep her
Yeah, please.
creativity.
Please support the GoFundMe.
Aw. And I guess we're gonna go ahead and I will put that up there one more time, just her GoFundMe. So it's there. I didn't put it in the chat. I guess I could do that. Oh, I don't know. But we'll put it in the chat later. Thank you, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and I guess put in our outro and say goodnight to everyone.
Bye,
Bye. Thank you, Ron.
everyone.
Bye.